Hi everybody, welcome to this video about intuition versus ego. I'm going to just be on here quick just to give couple of little tips on how to know the difference. So, we go through life and we hear these voices, voices in our head that either are telling us something loving or they're telling us that we're not good enough or that we're stupid or whatever that is. And sometimes it can get confusing to know if it's our ego chiming in or if it's our intuition guiding us. So how do you tell the difference? Well, one way to tell the difference is to understand that our intuition, that is the part of us that is made from love. That is our guidance. It's our internal, like our GPS. And so it's always going to come from a loving place. It's always going to sound loving. And the thing though is that it's a whisper. It's a softer voice that's going to, go left, change lanes, don't go into that store. Whereas your ego tends to be a little bit more harsh. And so the ego could sound something like, they think you're stupid, or you didn't do well enough on that, or you're no good, or you're, something to that effect is what it's going to sound like when it's your ego. So yesterday I was volunteering at an event, and I had ordered some food, and as the woman handed me the food, I heard a very soft voice say, I had asked for it without certain things in it, and I heard a very soft voice say, they put that stuff in it. And I ignored it. I was in a rush. I had to go get back to my station where I was volunteering, and I ignored it. And when I got home later to eat my food, sure enough, they had put the stuff in it that I had asked them to leave out. So it's that very soft voice. And the thing is that what you really want to do is just it's a process. So start to really recognize like what the dialogue is and what it sounds like. And the more you can tap into hearing what your intuition sounds like, the stronger it's going to get. The easier it's going to become to follow that voice, to hear that voice and know what it's saying, know that it's coming from your inner guidance. And here's the thing, sometimes we think that because we start to, and the more you trust yourself, the more you can gain trust with yourself, the better you're going to hear that voice. And so one of the things to really think about is, again, what is this voice telling me? And sometimes this voice will tell you to go left. Let's just say, go left. And you go left and what appears to be a disaster happens. Whatever that is, whatever that looks like for you. And you're saying, oh, my intuition steered me wrong. But the thing is that how do you know that whatever seems like a mess right now isn't actually setting you up to be able to handle something bigger later? So it's really about getting to know that voice, what it sounds like, and trusting it. And trusting that it did lead you in the right direction, even when it may seem like it didn't. So I would love to know if you guys can hear me. Could you just drop a yes in the box if you can hear me? And tag a friend, share this out if you think that this message is going to resonate with someone. I want to tell you a quick story about how I heard my ego once, and I busted my ego right there and then. So I just moved to California and I had some new friends. And one night I'm sitting in my apartment and I heard, they're all talking about you. None of them like you. And at first I was like, oh, they are? And then I busted myself. And I asked myself, do you really think that these people, and by the way, Preston, if you're watching, this was you. This was you and Mustafa and Allison at the time. This was during the Love Mob time. And I stopped myself and I said, do you really think that these people have nothing better to do than to sit around and talk about you? Because wow, that would make you pretty important in their lives, wouldn't it? And I realized in that moment that it was just my ego trying to keep me small, trying to hold me down. And it does it from a place of protection. It's not actually trying to hurt you. It's trying to protect you, your ego. It's just doing it from a misguided place. Hi, Christy. Thank you for the compliment, my braids. Thank you so much. And I just want to say hi to Kenny and Nathan. I saw a bunch of people pop on. So I just want to say hi and thank you everyone for joining. And I would thank you for the hearts. And I would love to know, have you experienced something like this? Drop a yes in the box if you can relate to what I'm saying. And if you can remember times when, and here's the other thing. There are going to be times like what I was just talking about. If you're just popping on, I was just saying about a time when just yesterday actually, I didn't listen to my intuition. My intuition told me that my food order was wrong, and I ignored it, and I got home and my food order was wrong. And at first I was really pissed. And I was blaming them, and I was in a whole dialogue and story around it, ego. And then I stepped back and I said, okay, but your intuition told you chose to move on and not do anything about it in the moment. And I started looking for ways to be okay with what my food order was like. And this is little, you guys, because sometimes there are like bigger things that we don't listen to our intuition about. And so here's the thing that I've learned. When I don't listen to my intuition, instead of beating myself up after, I look at how strong my intuition is. I look at how powerful it is that she was able to tell me what was going to happen. And that's like awesome, you guys. And that's how you start to also begin trust, when you can stop beating yourself up and appreciate that you were given the message. And then next time maybe you listen, okay? And maybe you don't, and that's okay too, because sometimes we've got to fall down a bunch of times and trip a bunch of times before we realize there's a step there. And the universe could be saying, watch the step, watch the step, watch the step. But we're such busy humans that we just keep tripping over the same step. It happens. So go easy on yourself. So this is just a little quick video on intuition versus ego. I hope that this was helpful to all of you. And again, tag a friend, share this out if you feel like this is going to resonate with somebody, if somebody needs this message. But the biggest thing that I want to get that I want to get across here, you guys, is that to be gentle with yourself, to go easy on yourself. It's a practice. Being able to differentiate the intuition from the ego, being able to get to a point where you're thanking your intuition and you're really appreciating it, and you're no longer listening to that ego voice, or you're busting it faster and you're going with your intuition instead. It's a process and it takes practice. So be really, really gentle with yourselves. Hi everybody watching. I'm so happy to see everyone. Yeah, so that's it. Does anybody have any questions? You know what, though? I don't think I can see questions. Oh, no, I could. If anybody has a question, drop it in the box. Hi, Stephanie. Mwah, I'm so happy to see you here. Or if anybody wants to share about a situation where they listen to their intuition. I could tell you a quick one where I didn't listen to my ego and I followed my intuition as well. I had put up a poster the other day about shining your light so bright that others can see their way out of the dark. That came from an experience I had after a workshop I had gone to, and I was just feeling all lit up. I was just feeling so light, and I just had gotten rid of so much ick that had been living inside of me, and I was feeling so good. And I just said, I feel so light, I could just light the way for everyone else. And so that's where that quote came from. So when I went to post it, my ego decided to chime in and went, no, don't do that. It's not going to make sense to anybody. No one's going to like it. You're going to look stupid. And I bought into it for about 2 seconds. And I went, oh, maybe I shouldn't post this. And then I said to myself, nope, this is authentic. This is from your experience. And go ahead and post it. And I hit post. And I got quite a few likes on it, actually. And it did resonate with people. So follow your intuition, you guys. Don't let that ego mind stop you. Ego, many people have said it. I've heard it from Deepak Chopra. I know a bunch of other people have said it. So if I'm misquoting the original person, I apologize. But ego, EGO, edging God out. And God is your intuition. That's the energy of God. We all have it within us. Have a beautiful evening. Thank you everyone who joined. And again, share this out. Tag a friend if you think this message will resonate. And I'll see you again soon. Mwah. Take care.